Hey everyone, hope you're doing well and welcome to the channel. So today we're going to tackle Fuji. We're going to show you how to qualify well, we're going to show you the best race strategy, and we're going to show you how to have a good time and win ultimately. So with that being said, let's enjoy this really good combination and let's get into it. And PS, please hit that like button, please comment and share, it really helps the channel. Thank you. So here we are then in Mount Fuji in Japan, and for this one I've gone for the Viper for the qualifying lap. So the important thing to do at the first turn here, well not even the first turn, the last turn for the first turn, is get that wide line and get that good exit, because you really want the good speed coming down this straight. This is one of the longest straights that you're ever going to race on in this game, and in most tracks throughout the world actually. So you've got to nail that final corner, nice and smooth, get on the power early, and that will bring the speed here. So coming down to turn 1, I brake just before the curbs, or sometimes just after, depending on the fuel load of the car as well. And get that nose in that corner, and get out of there as well. That corner is called Daichi, and that leads on to this following turn here, and that's going to be Coca-Cola corner. So for this one, stay to the right, come down to 4th, sometimes 3rd gear, get on the power nice and early, run over the curbs, around the bend and down into the hairpin after this bend here. This long radius corner, you want to try and keep to the inside as much as possible and just feather that throttle nice and patient there. So down to the hairpin, 2nd gear, clip the curb on the left, over to the right hand side, slam on the power. You want to come out of here as fast as possible for the next corner. So going through 300R, you're going to go down into Dunlop corner, the slowest part of the corner on the circuit, sorry. And you're going to be in 1st gear, very tight. So get nice and over to the right there, take some of that curbing. And you want to keep straight through here as possible. So straight in the car, 2nd, 3rd gear, be nice and smooth here, trail brake into the right hand corner, into the following corner, which is called Metz corner. So this is very, very where you can get time here. You can really get time here. So you really want to try to keep it nice and smooth, trail brake into the final corner, which is called Panasonic corner. Again, we just did this at the start of the lap. Just keep it nice and smooth, and you want to turn in for the last corner where you see the white like concrete dust on the left hand side. So you look for that patch of concrete, and that's your turning point for the last corner, which slingshots you into the final straight. Now here we go across the line into the 37s, a 137.998. The top guys are doing 36s, so I'm chuffed to get a 37. So I'm very happy with that. I only did 70 miles or 120 kilometers of running to get that. I could probably go faster into the mid 37s, maybe lower, but it will do for what it is. So here we go. We're lined up on pole position for the race, and the most important thing you can do is this. You want to burn that fuel. This is not a fuel saving race, it's a tire saving race. And I will give you the strategy as we go along. So here we go now, first lap, and if you're leading, you want to start on the medium tire, and you just want to defend this corner, but not overly defend it, because you can always retake, but just try and keep the middle if they're quite close to you. Hit that apex and just get nice and smooth on the power, and just do not drop it there. You know, I've seen many guys just drop it on that corner at the first lap, and you just don't want to do that. So keep in mind from your qualifying the racing lines you're going to be using, and also have the radar on as well. So the aim is just to keep all the corners tidy. You want to hit all those apexes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you just want to keep it nice and smooth. And you want to get on the power as early, but as cautiously as possible. Just when the tires are warming up, get those tires warmed up. You can push a little bit harder in the race, you can brake a bit later, and you'll go a lot faster too. So let's see, we're coming down to the tight 1st gear or right-hander. And just try and minimize those mistakes. If you're going to make any sort of mistakes at all, make sure they're very small ones. You do not want to go wide, you don't want to get those dirt in those tires. You just want to keep pushing, but keep pushing within your limit. So this is the tricky final set of corners through the course. And a lot of people have problems with this and trouble. But you just got to keep it nice and tidy through here. Don't over push the car, because if you over push the car, that's when you go wide, you'll get dirt in those tires, you're going to lose speed, lose positions, and possibly spin too. And that's all things you don't want. So the main aim for me when I'm leading a race, and you as well obviously, is to try and get them out of the slipstream range. It's always very, very important. Sometimes you can gently weave from one side of the track and just gently weave back to the other one. Or in other cases, you can just defend your line. So if they're coming up behind you, if you defend the inside line and position your car very cleverly, you can just avoid them just overtaking you. Or if you don't mind being overtaken and don't mind repassing, that's fine. But you just got to make sure that the overtake that you do is clean, and you want to have good racing with everyone. So if anyone bangs into you accidentally whilst racing, you know, it's 9 times out of 10 it's going to be an accident. You're only going to get like one player out of 10 that's going to be dirty and try and ram you off. But they do exist, as we've seen before in previous videos. So the most important thing is to keep it nice and smooth, keep your head down, don't focus on the deltas too much, maybe check it once a lap or maybe have a look in the mirror sometimes. But try and keep your eye on the delta on the straight, that's the main thing. If you look at the delta on the straight, you're not going to be in a corner and take your eyes to the left there, and you're not going to be crashing or spinning or missing a braking point and shooting off. So as you can see, just keep it nice and smooth, keep the apexes, and you will be absolutely gold with this, no problem at all. So with the race I went for the Porsche, and the reason why I went for the Porsche is because I love the handling. And for the Porsche I had the brake balance one click to the rear, because in this track I like the rear coming out. It's a bit of like a negative slip angle, so when you go around the corner the back end slides a little. So I found that was the best thing for my driving style anyway. So here we go, we're going for the first pit stop. This is going to be a 2 pit stop race. So make sure you're aggressive into that pit entry. Don't worry about it saying SR down when you come out of it. You won't lose any DR, it's a long race. So going from the mediums onto the mediums again. And the reason for this is you want to keep on the fastest tyre at all times. As we've discussed before previously in the Suzuka Daily Race C. The medium tyre is well and truly the fastest tyre over the hard tyre. So you go medium to medium, and at the end you'll be doing hard. But let's see, perfect example. This guy was behind me here and he has not pitted. So you can see that I'm catching really easily. He's really struggling with worn tires right now, and all I've got to do is cruise up behind him, make sure I don't get in his way and he doesn't get in my way. But if you watch this, you don't see this very often. He actually lets me go because you can see that I'm faster, I've got cleaner tires, fresher tires even, and I give him the flash of the indicators to thank him for it. So that's a nice bit of gentlemanly driving. You don't see that too often. So I was really impressed about that. So yeah, just closing the lap now, and again your tires are just getting warmed up by this point from the mediums. So hit those apexes, make sure your concentration level is at the maximum for this one, because you're going to want to hit all those apex to get the maximum finishing time that you can. So keep an eye for this left hand side. You see that little white piece of concrete there? That is where you turn in to the final corner. So always look for that reference point on the left hand side, and come through the right hand corner. You will be absolutely perfectly lined up every single time. So do not follow the racing line for this track if you are not too familiar with it. The racing line will give you all sorts of weird wonky lines that you just don't want to do. So it's just trial and error and learning the best way. So okay, we're going to skip forward right to lap 11 of 12. Yep, that's how fast we can drive this game, believe it or not. And as you can see by the lead I've got, it's quite substantial. A lot of people are going for a 1-stop. Some are doing the 2-stop, but they're doing the 2-stop wrong. So the fastest way to do the 2-stop is to pit on lap 5, even if other people haven't pitted, because you could easily overtake them, no problem at all. And then you want to pit again at the end of lap 11. And the reason for this is that will minimize your running on the hard tire, because the hard tire being the slowest tire, it's not the tire you want to do 5, 6, 7 laps on, because what's the point? You're just going to lose so much time, and when they get worn down you're going to be even slower. So you've got to take the hard tire. I don't think I mentioned this, because it is a mandatory tire for this race. So if you do not take the hard tire, you're going to get the famous 20-second penalty that people always complain about after the end of the race, like, why did I get a 20-second penalty? So I used to joke with them and say it's because you're so OP, the game has to slow it down. So But no, you need to read the regulations before you come into these races. You need to practice your strategy, and that's why we did the stream the other day. We practiced that strategy, and when we did a mess around with a few of the cars to see what was fast, what suited me, what suited other people. So that's what we did. So here we go then. We're coming to the final pit stop. End of lap 11, beginning of lap 12. And again, nail that entry. Even if you bounce off the barrier like that, don't worry about it. You won't get a penalty. Just don't slam into it too hard or anything stupid. Just try and skiff the barrier and you'll be fine. Fastest way to do that thing. So SR down, as you see, don't worry about it. You'll still end up with SR 99 at the end. So we come out the pits. Just be careful if you're braking here for turn 1. Daichi, I think it's called. And yeah, you just really want to be careful on the hard tires, because if you don't run the hard tires for the entire race and you start to run them now, you're going to have, you know, a lot less grip than before, but a lighter fuel tank. So, you know, it checks and balances and waves itself out, sort of thing. So again, let's keep it nice and smooth. You can see in the delta that you've got a gap behind you. Other people have been battling, doing the wrong strategy, etc, etc. So you've got the great strategy here. You can come out and it's no problem. You've just got to cruise now to the finish line and pick up another win. So that's the strategy for this week, and I hope I've been able to give you some good tips too. So here we go, we're just closing the lap now, nice and gentle. You can cruise, just concentrate and keep your head down though. That's the most important thing. Don't let your mind wander about shopping lists, girlfriends, family, or cats like my one that just kept me on. She's actually stood on my wheel right now. She's going to be in trouble in a minute. Get down, cat. Get down. Wait, get down. I have such a bad pussy. But anyway, so we'll come to the end of the race. And here we go. We'll come through and there's another win for us. So yeah, the strategy is the fastest way to go. The 2-stop is the way to do it. And you'll get many wins if you just follow that strategy and practice and practice and qualify as fast as you can and as well as you can for this race, because it's really enjoyable and I can really recommend trying this one out for the wins and stuff. So I hope that was really good for you to watch there, and as you can see, we got the victory in the end. And I have, let's see, 87 wins on this. I have 89 right now. I'm actually 2 off the magic number of 91. So let's see if I can do it, because something special is coming. Just you watch. So thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed sharing this with you. Please feel free to like, subscribe and share. And I'll see you again next time. This is TJ. Take care.